Hey guys, let's talk about an important topic today, that is the string builder and string buffer. Okay, and people usually ask what's the difference between them, and we can also use these string builder and string buffer in Java programming questions that we get. So let's start. Let's say we take a string name as, let's take a bigger string this time. Java is fun. Okay, so this is a string. Now in order to reverse this string, right, what we need to do is we will run a for loop. So this is one way of doing it. I'm starting with proper string manipulation. So let's say name dot length -1, I will be greater than or equal to 0, and then we will do I minus minus, since we have to reverse the string. Okay, now let's do this, print it out, s dot name dot character at I. Okay, so we got this, and if we just print this, we will be doing this in the reverse order, right? Java is fun is Java is in the reverse order now. Okay, now this is one way of doing it. Now the other way of doing it is, let's say we are creating an object of the string buffer class. Now I will give name here. Okay, we always had a new string buffer, so we are creating an object. Now if I just do reverse, okay, so this is how I will get my reverse value directly. Now let's see if we can print this. Okay, so we were able to do that, so we got the similar answer. So just a lot of manipulations in terms of string can be done through this string buffer and string builder class. That's the main use of this class. Its main duty is to manipulate string and do whatever is possible. Now what all can be done, you can just check all the options that are there. So we can do append, we can do character at, and we can do delete. We can delete certain part of the string, and we can also do equals to. We can insert certain characters in it. We can check if it is empty. We can get the length again, and we can replace as well as reverse. Okay, so this is different things that we can do, substring and all those methods manipulation can be done. Now let me do another manipulation here. Now let's say I want to append world. Okay, so let me see what happens now. So we were able to append this as well. Okay, now you can do multiple appends. For example, let's say I want a space, so I can do this as well. Dot. So this will give me the output in terms of with space. Okay, so this is how we can play around, and the main reason, like I said, is to manipulate strings. Okay, that's why we use this. Now one important thing over here is, let's say that Java is fun is our text, but the way we want to manipulate this is just reverse the words in the exact order. Okay, like for example, it will be A V A J S I N U F. If we want that, how would we do it, right? Now in terms of using a for loop and doing it would be difficult, so that it can be best done with string buffer and builder. Okay, so let's split it first. So it will be an array, and we are doing name dot split, and let's split it with space. Okay, so we got the splitted words, and now we will run an enhanced for loop. So let me write it first. Okay, so whenever we do this, we will get one word at a time. Okay, now let's say we create a string buffer. Sorry, yeah, let's give logical name. Let's write a result. This will be our final result. Okay, now in this, what we need is we need to reverse each string, right? So in that case, what we will do is we will create another string buffer over here. Let me copy this. In interview, always make sure if you have a text editor, copy paste, so it will reduce a lot of mistakes. Okay, so we got this. Now what we are gonna do is word edit will have the word. Okay, so we take the word, every time it comes here, we will do word edit dot reverse because we want to reverse it, and we will also append space. because the space got splitted right here, so there is no space, so we have to add that space also. Okay, so once we reverse that, we will be adding okay, so this is what it is, and let's print out the result, final result. Okay, so we got as expected, this is our final result. Okay, now one important thing here is this result is basically a string buffer object, right? So what we need to do is to convert it back to string. There is something called as toString method. So this is very important. Always remember these reusable methods, which is very important. So it will give the same result, but again, if there is an interview question saying that how will you convert it back to a string, so this is the way how we can convert it back to a string. Okay, so this is how we use string buffer and string builder wherever required. So now, is it any different in terms of implementation? No, you could always write string builder. Okay, and everywhere you could use a string builder. Let me replace it here also. Okay, and if you run it, you will get the same answer. There's no difference. Now let's come to the difference part. Okay, let me say what is the difference between string builder and string buffer. Okay, so string builder is not synchronized and string buffer is synchronized. Okay, and this is not thread safe. Okay, it is not thread safe, and this is thread safe. What do I mean by this? So wherever we have parallel executions happening, so there might be a method which is doing certain manipulations on this string, right? So if parallel executions are happening, then this is not thread safe and it is not synchronized. That means it will override the values, and maybe in some execution you are expected to do a certain manipulation for the string, but while other thread is trying to consume it, it is getting a different value. But whereas when it is synchronized and thread safe, that means it will always make sure that parallel executions can happen and there is no overriding happening. So it will access the string in a certain procedure such that there is no overriding happening. So that's why in parallel execution and all, we would prefer using string buffer. If you don't have parallel execution in space, then it doesn't matter. You can use string builder or string buffer, whatever suits. So since this is thread safe and it is synchronized, the performance will be slower because of course it is trying to maintain a certain order and it is not trying to override. So it will be performance wise, it will be slower, whereas string builder will be faster because it is doing the manipulation right away. So that's why these are the primary differences between string builder and string buffer. So this is how you can give answers with examples, and it's very important to understand the topic rather than just memorizing whatever is the definition or whatever is the primary difference, right? So this is how with confidence you need to give answers, and yeah, that would create a good impact in the interview, right? So yeah, if you need personalized guidance, please reach out to me via Topmat, and we could also conduct mock interviews and prepare you in a much better way. And see you in the next one. Thank you.